Did you know there's a state where you can dig for Rio diamonds? That was once a lawless frontier ruled by gangsters, and became the unlikely birthplace of the world's largest retailer. No, it's not Texas or California. We're talking about Arkansas, the natural state, and its history is far wilder than you've ever imagined. Forget what you think you know, because we're about to uncover the epic story of Arkansas, a tale of ancient peoples, rugged pioneers, and visionary entrepreneurs that shaped America in ways you'd never expect. Long before any Europeans set foot here, for over 12,000 years, this land was home to sophisticated societies. The ancestors of tribes like the Quapo, the Caddo, and the Osage thrived in these lush forests and river valleys. They weren't just simple hunter-gatherers. They were master artists, engineers, and astronomers. Just look at the Toltec Mounds. This incredible archaeological site near Little Rock was a vibrant ceremonial center. Imagine massive, perfectly aligned earthen mounds rising from the landscape, used for rituals, burials, and tracking the stars. These early Arkansans had a deep connection to this land, a connection that would soon be challenged by the arrival of outsiders. The first European to arrive was the Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto in 1541. He was searching for gold and glory, but what he found was a land of dense forests and powerful native tribes. His expedition was brutal and ultimately a failure, leaving a trail of conflict in its wake. It wasn't until over 100 years later, in 1686, that the French established the first permanent European settlement, the Arkansas Post. This wasn't a bustling city. It was a tiny remote trading post on the banks of the Arkansas River. Life here was tough, a constant negotiation between French traders, the native Quapo people, and the unforgiving wilderness. It was the lonely westernmost outpost of the French Empire in North America. Then came the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. Suddenly, Arkansas was part of the United States. President Thomas Jefferson was eager to explore this vast new territory, and he sent the Dunbar Hunter expedition up the Washita River. They marveled at the strange bubbling thermal springs in what is now Hot Springs, describing them as a natural wonder. Settlers started trickling in, drawn by the promise of cheap, fertile land. They were rugged, independent folks, farmers, trappers, and adventurers carving out a life on the frontier. In 1836, Arkansas officially joined the Union as the 25th state, but its identity as a wild, untamed place was far from over. The mid-19th century was a turbulent time. Like many southern states, Arkansas's economy was heavily dependent on cotton and the brutal institution of enslaved labor. When the Civil War erupted in 1861, the state seceded and joined the Confederacy, though loyalty was deeply divided. Fierce battles were fought on its soil, like the Battle of Pea Ridge and the Battle of Prairie Grove, leaving scars that would take generations to heal. After the war, the Reconstruction era brought new challenges and social upheaval. It was a painful, difficult period of rebuilding. But it also saw the founding of the first public schools and universities in the state, laying the groundwork for a new future. As America moved into the 20th century, Arkansas remained a largely rural state, but change was on the horizon. The discovery of oil in the 1920s brought a sudden boom, creating instant wealth and new towns practically overnight. But perhaps the most notorious chapter of this era was the rise of Hot Springs as a national hub for illegal gambling and organized crime. For decades, gangsters like Al Capone and Lucky Luciano came here to relax, gamble, and conduct business in the city's lavish casinos and bathhouses, all operating in plain sight. Hot Springs was America's original Sin City, a place where the law was often just a suggestion. But out of this rugged landscape and complex history, a new kind of spirit emerged, the spirit of the entrepreneur. This is the state that gave us some of the biggest names in business. It all started in a small 5-and-dime store in Bentonville. In 1962, a man named Sam Walton opened the first Walmart with a simple idea: offer the lowest prices, anytime, anywhere. That humble store grew into the world's largest company. Just down the road, Don Tyson transformed his family's small chicken delivery service into Tyson Foods, a global powerhouse in the food industry. And in Little Rock, J.B. Hunt started a trucking company with just a handful of trucks, revolutionizing the logistics industry. These stories prove that in Arkansas, big dreams can start small. Of course. No story of modern Arkansas is complete without mentioning the Little Rock Central High School crisis in 1957. When 9 African-American students, known as the Little Rock Nine, bravely attempted to integrate the all-white school, they were met with angry mobs and resistance from the state government. President Eisenhower had to send in federal troops to escort them to class. It was a pivotal, painful moment in the American civil rights movement, broadcast to the entire world. The courage of those 9 students, in the face of immense hostility, became a powerful symbol of the fight for equality and justice, a fight that helped reshape the nation. From its ancient mounds to its modern corporate headquarters, the story of Arkansas is a powerful American saga. It's a state of stunning natural beauty, from the Ozark Mountains to the Mississippi Delta. It's a place of resilience, where people have overcome floods, wars, and economic hardship to build and rebuild. It is a land of surprising contrasts, a place where you can relax in a historic bathhouse one day and visit the headquarters of a global tech giant the next. It is a testament to the idea that history isn't just something that happens in big cities on the coasts. It's written in the soil of places like Arkansas, a state that is, and always has been, at the very heart of the American experience. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Arkansas's incredible history. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments what part of Arkansas's history surprised you the most. Until next time, keep exploring.